Good morning, everyone. This is Biz Chicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today is Friday, so you know it's time for the Tech Diva Weekly. We are here on the game talking about the different tech tools that you can use in an easy and effective way to make running your business better. We always like to start out the morning with This Week in Tech. And so we'll be hearing from that soon from my partner, Miss Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva. I'm Tara Lena from California Cover Ups, and we're the Biz Chicks. So we'd like you to sit back, relax. Good morning, Cecilia, and join the conversation this morning. We are so excited to have you here, and we hope that you'll learn something new, something easy, and something applicable to help you do business better. Hi, Fran. How you doing this morning?
Good morning. All is well.
Good, good.
So, this day in tech history, we're just going to go over a couple of stories. August 12th, 1981, IBM introduces the first personal computer, the IBM PC, model 5150. Okay. IBM originally intended this model to be a stopgap computer that would allow them to quickly tap into the emerging personal computer market while taking the time to develop a real PC. It was developed in under a year by a team of 12 with the goal of rapid release to market. Therefore, this team was allowed to work outside of the normal IBM development process. Put a pin there. And use whatever off-the-shelf components allowed for the quickest development. This overriding goal of developing something as quickly as possible had monumental unintended consequences for IBM and the computer industry as a whole that are still being felt to this day. By compromising quality for rapidity, the design of the IBM PC forced software programmers to resort to inelegant methods of software development, hindering the reliability and the compatibility of their software. This laid the groundwork for the reputation of the PC as error-prone and frustrating to use. The use of common components and the choice of Microsoft's DOS as the PC's operating system allowed other companies to quickly clone the IBM PC. They also allowed Microsoft to license their DOS to other companies, giving Microsoft control of the operating system market. Ultimately, these choices led to IBM's loss of control of the platform. IBM never did really get a chance to create their real PC. And because IBM was the 800-pound gorilla of the business world at the time, the computer that was supposed to be a stopgap became the overwhelming computing standard, crushing nearly every other emerging platform in the process. Steve Jobs was quoted in a 1985 interview, "If IBM wins, my personal feeling is that we are going to enter a sort of computer dark age for about 20 years. While IBM themselves didn't win, the creation that they lost control of was the clear market winner for approximately the next 20 years. Many will argue that time was in fact a dark age for the home that time was a dark age for the home computer, but no one could have predicted that on this day in 1981.
Okay.
So there's several little lessons there. One, not trying to be so fast and doing something with quality. You know, even though rush, hurry up, get it out. And the quality suffered.
Yeah.
Because the PCs are still prone for errors and that type of thing.
Oh, okay.
And TJ, she had talked about this before, that a PC is there are several different manufacturers of PCs.
Mm-hmm.
And so then and then it's open to a bunch of different developers. So all these different people are, putting things in, not necessarily all of them the same standard. When Apple only makes an Apple computer.
Okay.
Dell doesn't make an Apple computer. HP doesn't make an Apple computer. Apple makes their own stuff, and developers develop software for that computer. Not the other way around, where there's several different computers, and now the developers have to tweak it if it's a this, or tweak it if it's a that, and then because it's inconsistent. Maybe that's the word.
Okay, you know what it reminds me of? It makes me think about the Model T. Okay, we make these Model Ts, so most of the parts are going to be formulated to fit the Model T, but then as different manufacturers come out, they each have different patents, therefore they must have different retrofitting. So every time I make a part, it has to be unique for that specific company, whereas this company is selling hundreds of thousands of cars. If I stick with them, then I can start with them and meet most of the demand.
Right, because it's the same part. You're not having to, okay, wait, I need to tweak this part to make it fit over there.
Exactly.
Right. Let's see.
Hi, Pat. Thanks for joining.
Hey, Pat. August 13th, 1993, Capcom releases Street Fighter II Turbo Hyper Fighting for the Super NES in the US. The Street Fighter II arcade game started the fighting game boom of the 1990s, which spawned off many other fighting game franchises such as Mortal Kombat, Virtua Fighter, and Virtua Fighter. The Super NES version brought Street Fighter II into the home and college dorms, where certain people spent many hours smacking down their dorm mates. Okay. Interesting. And my last story, August 14th, 2006. That was not that long ago. Dell and Sony admit that flaws in Sony manufactured batteries used in certain Dell laptops could result in the batteries overheating, catching fire, or exploding. They recall over 4.1 million batteries, the largest computer-related recall in history. This came after several widely publicized reports in the preceding months where Dell laptops did catch fire. Still to this day, Dell's reputation has never fully recovered from the incident. Mm-hmm. And there is a picture of this dude right here. His computer is on fire.
Wow.
Okay, well, thank God for the government. You never want the government.
The old government. You mean the old government? Thank God for the old government.
Girl, I'm trying to tell you, never want the government till you're in trouble. Woo. I remember when those phones were catching fire. I was like, I am not getting on a plane anytime soon.
And that was after this event.
Wow.
And so the people who create the peripheral things that go into the computer,
the different devices,
the battery, the parts that go into it, we don't hear about them. Dell took the hit because of the battery. The other person who made the battery is like, sorry, but Dell is the one that had a hit.
Yep.
It's sort of like the seatbelts, yeah.
Right. Everybody else, I'm in the background, so.
Wow.
Can I tell you?
Wow.
Whoops. And batteries, the lithium ion batteries, they are prone to do things but the battery makers need to pay attention to making it safe or whatever. Stuff still happens after a period of time. They swell. They if you notice on your computer your battery life, they may give you 5 years on battery life, and then you'll have to switch a battery. Or is it 2 or 3? 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like 3 years, 3 to 5 years.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to switch a battery. Your computer is fine, but you just might need to switch the battery because the battery doesn't last. It's like the battery in a car. At some point, you're gonna have to switch the battery.
Batteries don't, as a whole, batteries don't last forever. No.
Nope.
No.
Oh my goodness.
And we think that they should last forever, but they don't.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Wow.
Thus, the reason why you get Apple Care or whatever care or something on your devices, so that they can fix it, repair it, something.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I had a situation. I have a Series 1 Apple Watch. It might be Series 0. The stainless steel watch.
Yeah.
Haven't had it on in a minute. And the battery swelled up and it popped the
top
off. It still runs or whatever.
Right.
But it still popped the top off. And so to get it fixed, I was like, I can buy a new watch.
Exactly.
But it's out of warranty because it's been since 2015.
Mm-hmm.
And see, this is the same issue I had. I don't know if you guys remember, I bought a Surface maybe a year or two ago, and I loved the Surface Pro. It was great. It had the little magnetic pin and everything. And then it started to, like you said, the battery started to make it hot, and then expanded. And on the left side, there was a big gap. Like you could see inside of the Surface Pro, out of warranty, like just out of warranty, just like 13 months. And we took it to Microsoft, and they were like, "We know about," and they know about the issue. It was like, well, you can get it fixed
to meet the warranty.
You could get it fixed, but it's the cost of a new Surface Pro. It's like, you know what? I'm done with Surface Pro. It's lovely, but if you get a dud like I did, it's not great because you got this thing that doesn't work. I mean, it works. I could turn it on, but there's a big hole I could see inside, and who knows if the thing is gonna catch fire.
It's not cute. It doesn't make you comfortable.
I was so mad. That's why I heard about this new Surface Duo. I was like, you guys can keep it.
I was going to mention that. I think we should talk about that next.
Oh, are we done? I'm sorry. Are we done with the tech history?
Tech history?
That was my last thing.
Okay.
The thing, laptop catching fire, whole battery situation. Because
and see,
with my watch,
the same and Lakeisha says she remembers. Yeah.
Yeah, so, I remember you having it too, and I was like,
I was so happy. I was like, oh, I got it. I love my Surface. Da 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 da. And the thing, all of a sudden, I was like, it started to get like a hump, like in the back.
Yeah,
a bubble. Yes.
Right.
And then it started to open up on the side. I was like, what in the world?
Is that scary? That must have been scary.
I was just like, I'm mad. I was more mad than scary. Mad. I like the thing.
And so when I called Apple, they did extend it from, when did it come out? 2013?
I think 2013.
2013. They extended it out to 2015.
Right.
They extended the warranty because of the battery situation.
I was going to say, was that part of that battery situation when phones were having to replace batteries? No. Okay.
See,
It wasn't during that time.
and batteries are problematic in everything. Like Brand was saying about your car. And just imagine, because Elon Musk had but his solar panel battery that you stuck on the house, he had this big battery. And I'm like, well, what happens if that thing catches fire on the side of your house? Because batteries are problematic, people. Everybody know if you have a laptop, the battery stops working and you got to keep it plugged in. Fran and her watch with the bubble, my Surface Pro with those are all battery problems, overheating and battery problems.
Right. And and so we're telling you now they do happen, and you either need to keep the warranty added so that you can get it fixed,
the extended
or
warranty.
you're going to buy another one. And in my case, I had the stainless steel watch. I'm like, I'm not a new stainless steel watch, and I have the large size.
Right.
One of them was like $800 or $900. I was like, hold on, but I can get a Series 1. I can go back and get a Series 1. I don't have to get a Series 5, and it will cost me the same amount to repair it as to get the same Series
1 new.
I think Series 1 or Series 3 stainless steel, same size. It'll still cost me the same amount of money. I said, I'm going that route. I'm not upgrading to 5 or whatever. I could, but I'm not. And I want stainless steel because my watch band already fits it. I would have to.
You would have to.
I'm like, nah.
The whole assembly. Well, Francine, I want to talk about this Duo. Phone. It's a folding phone from Microsoft.
Oh,
yeah, the Surface line. It's a smaller, foldable version of the Pro that I had.
Yes,
of the Surface Pro.
Yes, it's a smaller Surface Pro. What's the size on it, Caroline? Is it 9 inches, 11? It's bigger than a phone, but smaller than a tablet, and it folds.
Yes, and I think I'm going to try to queue up a little bit. Of
can you
screenshot? Okay, so talk about it. It's a Duo Pro.
Yes, Duo Pro is foldable. It acts like a Microsoft Pro. It does phone calls. There was a nice little thing on YouTube I saw. Let me see if I can pull it up. That shows that
the Surface Duo.
Can you guys see this?
Yeah, I see it. Why? Didn't we talk about the Samsung when they were trying to fold the phone too?
Exactly. It's the same. And then add on that my story. And it's not every Surface, because we had 2. Only my Surface Pro acted up. The other one is fine, but I'm mad. I'm still mad because of mine. I'm angry. I'm telling you, I don't want to even talk about this stupid thing.
Seriously?
Hold on. I want to
Terry, hold up.
Let me stop sharing this. Hold on.
All right, hold on. I got the video so we can see. Hold on.
Isn't crazy?
So you can see exactly. Let me see. Where's the button? Oh, there it is. Just a second. Just got to make sure the sound is there.
Well, while she's doing that, I want you to know that this phone is $1,399. Just say $1,400. Just say $1,500 because you got taxes.
Okay, so can you hear that?
Yeah.
You ready?
Okay, that's it.
Okay.
So what'd you think?
It
Well,
reminds me.
Lakeisha says she's seen a few people with it. Really?
Yeah,
Okay,
it came.
no,
They
it
started.
hasn't come out yet, and it's
I thought
launching
this
September
one-
10th.
It's launching on the 10th, right, of September?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so here's the deal.
Oh, sorry. I don't know why that's playing. Oh,
Maybe
Okay,
they had
you're-
a Kickstarter,
it
Lakeisha.
Anyway, here's the deal. It looks like an iPad
mhm.
that because right now on iPad you can split the screen to have two of whatever on both
Right.
screens. So it looks like an iPad. It looks like a tablet, and I believe the Android tablets do something toward it. It looks like a copy. Okay, it looks like, what did Dr. Tati say? The master of none type thing, because it had the phone. It had everything in it that you already.
This is for people who want a new phone and don't have a tablet, and you're into that foldable craze, which I'm not.
Or just want to have the latest gadget. I mean, you know,
that too, but that's a small group. This is going to hit people that don't have a new phone, don't want to buy the new iPhone, or can't. It's not in their budget, but they want this. But this is the same price as getting the new iPhone.
It's more.
Is it more?
It's more than the Pro. It's more than the iPad Pro.
Right.
Seriously.
But see this folds, and you saw the lady at the end with the phone call. So that's what I'm saying. This is people who maybe have an older phone and are looking for a hybrid. This is for people that want a hybrid, which is not a big group of people.
I was confused because, it's running Windows was my thing, the first thing, because running Windows. Okay, I'm sorry. I've switched over. I used to be bilingual. I'm not bilingual anymore. It's running Windows. And
you, Lakeisha.
That's problematic already.
Lakeisha says she meant that there are people with that style.
Yeah, there are other manufacturers. Didn't Samsung has a foldable, and there's a couple other people.
Phone, the one that split down the
and that part of it is not new. It's Microsoft entering into this market of, because remember Microsoft had a Windows phone. Remember that way back,
back when iPhone came out.
Microsoft tried to get into the smartphone business. It did not work. So they got out of it. And this is why they started the Surface Pro, coming after the iPad people.
The tablet.
But specifically iPad people, they were coming after. Not Android. They were coming after iPad because their commercials. Their commercials was skewed toward people who wanted an iPad but didn't want to buy the price or whatever. So that's where they're skewing it, because it did so much more. It was like having a Windows laptop that was portable and had all this better stuff. So now they've gone a step further to try to get the smartphone people into this they want a hybrid. That's what they're doing. Because it's smaller. It's just a Surface Pro that folds, and it's smaller. That's how I see it, and it makes phone calls.
It's two screen, and see, technically it doesn't fold. It's two devices with a hinge holding the two devices together. So technically it doesn't fold.
Right.
It's the one that Samsung had.
Wasn't that what the name of that little phone that used to have the keyboard attached? Wasn't it called a Kickstarter or something?
The kit with it was, and it had that too. So this, I'm looking at the picture, it's actually two screens that are connected together and
have a 180 thing so you can stand it up. So you can fold it and use that as a stand. Anyway, so that
it has two 5.6-inch screens that come together to form a larger display with a hinged seam down the center. That's what the official word is.
That's all you get.
And that's different than, what this reminds me of, that you know how you had that translator that used to be the it comes in a plastic case and it's old school. And if you wanted to translate from one language to another, it used to be the first digital Bibles or digital books or whatever. They are on this plastic thing and it folds up, and
Right.
That's what this reminds me of.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're saying this Samsung's device is built around a single 7.6-inch interior screen that bends when closed. So this, like Fran said, this doesn't really close. It's more like a tent, like it folds. But the Samsung device is one that really shuts closed. Like that's the big difference. And like Fran said, it's two screens connected with a hinge, where the Samsung is one big screen that they may fold in the middle.
Okay, so how long did it take them to figure out that they could connect two screens? Okay, I need to get paid. Okay, this is not real. Okay.
Okay, so here's the design will trigger a number of questions around the future of Windows, Microsoft's efforts with Android, and much more. Microsoft has partnered with Google for dual screens devices, and the company appears to want to create some type of API layer on top of Android. That will require deep integration, and it means Microsoft is contributing code to Android as well. This could be Microsoft's future, like its work on Chromium is built on Google's code.
And here's another thing. This Duo doesn't support 5G. Microsoft said it opted to skip out of 5G as part of the trade-off to save battery life and allow the device to be only 4.8 millimeter thick when open. So it doesn't support 5G whenever we get to that.
Into 5G gear.
Wow. Okay.
Well, to be and the iPhone 11s are not 5G capable either, right at this point. And so it will, I believe the 12 or whatever the next coming thing is, will be 5G. See, right now, okay, the 5G world, everybody's telling you get on the 5G network. We're not really on 5G unless you have a 5G phone and 5G devices.
Towers.
Yeah, you're not going to be on 5G. We're still on 4G, just so you know.
Okay.
I'm just.
You just say,
like I said, it's the Surface, so I'm not interested.
Okay, and because
$100, I'm not interested.
and because, you know what, we should be doing thumbs up, thumbs down, smiley or whatever for new stuff that comes out.
Right.
What do you guys think? Thumbs up, thumbs down out there. Tell us what you think.
Well, Mark left a good comment.
Yes, let's see.
Go ahead and put it up.
When are they going to put the screen on my head? I want to download books in my sleep and surf the web while walking without running into people.
Just stay. You're going to get your wish, Mark. You can put that out in the air.
Yeah, I'm not putting it in my head. I'm just telling you now. There will be no invasive stuff. But I wanted to find out. I was going to ask, who thought this was a good idea?
Jerry, what does Jerry say? Let's see. She voted. Let's see. Jerry says thumbs down.
Thumbs down. Here's the thing: their customer service was no good with the Surface Pro.
Oh,
so if their Surface Pro customer service was, well, I'm sorry, you're just gonna have to put up with it.
Wow.
Then I'm not paying $1,500 for me to have to put up.
And who's a Microsoft fan? I mean, because they're running it off of a clone of is somehow connected with Android. It's Android based, so I might as well just get an Android phone. Unless I'm a Microsoft fan, and I'm not, because like we were saying about Windows, and then the Surface Pro, and the customer support when there's Apple. I know we always talk about Apple, but they have things to recommend them. Customer service for one, and having a device that you like, and other things. It's just the cost factor that some people don't like.
Right. But everybody has creeped up there. See,
Yes.
everybody think Apple is expensive. Everybody is at the same
Right.
place.
It's a think thing, because you see what this device is $13.99.
But did you know
the iPad Pro does not start at $13.99?
No.
And did you notice that Apple is looking ahead, and they said, "Look, while y'all are going up, then we're going to go down. Whatever you're doing, we're going to do the opposite." Remember, they put out that phone recently that was what, $399?
$399,
and it was based on this Apple on the 6.
Here's what Apple's going to do, and based on this new story, they have an Apple One thing that they're trying. They're going the Amazon route, where you buy Amazon Prime and you get all of the stuff. So that's what they're doing. They got a new thing, Apple One.
Oh,
the subscription based. Yeah.
I was telling Francine, she hates this word, bundle.
Okay, but in this instance, I would do the bundle, because instead of me having to go do magazines and music and games and all of that, it's all entertainment based. I put it all under one. I wish YouTube would do that.
It would be nice to go to one spot and see what they offer.
Right, because YouTube wants you to do the subscription. Okay, get rid of the ads. Oh, get YouTube.
Okay, hold up, Fran. Let's back up. Let's let Terry tell us what the Apple One is first.
Now, I just
because I don't think our audience knows what it is.
It's going to be a basic combo of Apple Music, Apple TV Plus. Some bundles will have Apple Arcade and Apple News Plus, and then some extra iCloud storage. So there's going to be different tiers, different levels of what you want.
When I first heard it, it sounded to me like cable. Remember? I was like, oh my God, for my phone. I can't take it. Okay.
So see, now they're going to have a higher level subscription that includes fitness subscription service. So they're going after Peloton, because you got a device. You got the Apple TV, or you have an iPad, or you have whatever. You have an Apple device, and then you buy this Apple One, and you're going to set what you want. Well, I want to do fitness stuff. So they're going to give you a fitness bundle with Apple. You know, you're going to be like Terralina said, it's going to be like cable. When you get to pick your what do they call it in cable? Something else.
Well, it's like a boutique thing where you can customize your channels and
they had a name for it with cable. It's not bundled.
Okay, so what I'm looking at here, it says you can get Apple Music and Apple TV Plus. Okay, so when you purchase a device from Apple, they give you Apple TV Plus for a year.
Right.
Give it to you. So the Apple Music right now, if I get the family plan for the music, that's $14.99.
Yeah, see, instead of everything be a la carte price, this, that, they're saying if you like fitness, you'll get this fitness bundle. If you like music, you'll get the music bundle. If you like the movies, Apple Plus, and you want this, if you want news and you want, so they're going to put all of those menu items
they do with the sports, and they take out just the thing that most people want. They put it over here with some people don't want. You know how they did the sports channel. You know,
so here
you couldn't get it. You know, you had to buy extra to get
right.
Yes, but
here's some more. They're saying that this is going to be marketed toward families, and it's going to work with the Apple Family Sharing System. Each service will be accessed by up to 6 individuals. So if you got the Apple Family thing turned on and you buy this, then it'll be up to 6 people.
And what I like about this, and like normally I don't like bundles, but this is giving me all my Apple stuff together. YouTube does not do that. I wish YouTube would just give us everything so that you can watch YouTube without commercials. YouTube TV, I figured if I'm paying for YouTube TV, you need to give me everything YouTube has to offer for the same price. But they're not doing that.
YouTube TV is really expensive. Isn't it $60 or something dollars?
Yeah, they just went up to $65. So, but YouTube, if you want to listen to YouTube music, you have to pay. If you
Separately,
want
yeah.
YouTube without commercials, you have to pay.
The
If you
YouTube
want
TV.
YouTube
Mhm.
Red or whatever,
Right.
it's all you have to do. You got to pay all these tiers. I'm like, why can't it's YouTube? Can you just put it in a package?
Yeah, so that's what Apple's doing. Apple's putting in a package calling it Apple One, and you get to pick the package you want because they've got different services. Instead of you paying one price here and here and here, they're saying, "Oh, you like this? We're gonna give you a bundle, and we're gonna throw in some iCloud storage. And if you're on a family plan, you guys can share the iCloud storage."
Right. And because it has the music,
Mhm.
because if you try and do music by itself, it's $9.99,
Yeah.
and then TV Plus is another either $4.99 or $9.99 by itself. Arcade is $5 by itself. And News Plus was $9.99, but you got all of these magazines and stuff to read, whatever. But which is better than you having individual magazines, because if you went to each of those in the News Plus category, if you went to each one of those, the Times and this and this and this, you would be paying their individual subscriptions.
Yes.
But when it's all under Apple News Plus, you get all of it, whatever it is that you're reading. I just couldn't read all that stuff. I wasn't reading it, so I was just like, okay, I'm not getting it. But can go ahead, Terry.
No, go ahead. See, when I heard of this Apple One, that cemented this thing for me that we're in a world of subscriptions. No longer will you buy. You can go to the App Store right now, and if you can get an app for free that you like, and then you want to go to the Pro version. It used to be you paid $2.99. Now they don't do that. You have to pay $2.99 per month or 99 cents per month. And that with the apps. Then we're talking news stories. When you want to read when I want to read something, somebody shares a link on Twitter and it goes to Wall Street Journal. I can't read it because Wall Street Journal says, "Oh, you want to read this? You got to pay $1 or $2, whatever."
Yeah, they want you to pay for it.
Right. So now here we go. Apple jumping into the subscription game. This is everything is going to be subscription based. No longer is it a free. They don't even do free anymore. Washington Post, the Wall Street Journal, all of these guys, you either got to sign up with an account or you got to sign up and pay $1 a month or whatever it is. They used to give you stuff for free. Now that's going away. Everybody's moving to a subscription model because it's a buy-in, and a lot of people will put the credit card on file, and the charge just goes through. Unless you're one of those people that look at every charge, you're going to let it go through a 99-cent charge. This and that,
whatever. And with the subscriptions to the magazines and to the Wall Street Journals and all of that, the paper versions of it cost them so much more money.
Right.
They got to try and supplement that some kind of way, because nobody is buying.
Right.
The advertisers not advertising.
It's expensive to run a paper, an actual physical paper.
Right.
So that's why they're doing this, and people sign up because it's like, oh, it's just $1 a month or whatever, the $2 or whatever, and that charge stays on because you don't look at it. Especially if you use PayPal, you really don't see it because it goes deep into PayPal subscription area, and when you try to turn it off, you got to go into the special area in your PayPal to turn it off, and I'm like, what? So that's where things are going. Apple is getting into the subscription game where it's like, okay, like Fran said, you don't buy one here, one here, one here. You get the bundle because it looks cheaper for you, and you get to design it the way you want.
Customized. So Mark has a comment here. It says, at some point, I need an Apple enthusiast to educate me. Aside from my phone, I have always had Windows. With my next computer, I plan to make the jump to Apple. But MacBook Air, MacBook Pro, don't know.
It's the key. You got to know how you want to work. The MacBook Air is lighter and thinner, but it has and there's different sizes. Some are small and whatever. The MacBook Pro are larger, designed to be more of a workhorse where you're editing and doing heavier stuff. So you got to figure out, how do I work? Do I just use the browser, or do I edit video or other things? So you got to
look at it's a matter of what do you want the tool to do? What,
Right.
what
What do you want to do? Well, how do you work? Do you
do
just
I need
use
a handsaw or do I need a chainsaw? Gotcha.
yeah, do you just check emails? Do you
Uh-huh.
just browse the web? Then you can get the MacBook Air. But if you want to get something a little more, if you're doing heavier work, you might want to look at the Pro.
Yes.
Right.
And
So,
then it's budget, it's cost and everything. And then you don't have to get a new one. Maybe you could look at the refurbs or look online locally and see who's selling. But that's a little dicier because you got to know what you're looking at.
Okay, and if I'm going to do refurb, I'm going to Apple, scroll
Yeah.
all the way down to the bottom of the page and look
Yeah.
for refurbished.
Yes.
Okay.
so now I
Always go
want to
to
get these
Apple.
comments in because they're coming in, ladies.
Okay.
Jerry, she agrees with Fran about the bundling.
Yeah.
But Mark says he wants to. If you want to see my unfiltered comments, reactions to this show, I'll put a subscription. I love it. And then, Tim is here. Hey, Tim!
Damn.
In the house.
Hey.
I wanted y'all to know that Tim's in the house. Tim says it depends on what you want to do, Mark. He says, I own all three, the Pro, the Air, and the desktop.
I do.
Sounds like
And I do too now.
Yeah.
I've been using my iPad Pro
Mhm.
for just about everything. Today I'm on my Air, on my MacBook Air to do the show, but normally I use the iMac. But the Air I needed for, I used to carry it for different things because it's very, very light. I'm telling you, use one, pick it up and
Really
go.
light.
It is very, very lightweight. Now you're going to need an external drive. You cannot load a bunch of stuff on here because there is no drive inside the computer because it's so light.
Right.
Um,
So those are things to look. You have to decide.
Right.
Do you want portability and lightness, and you're always on the go? That's the Air. But if you're going to be more of a, I might go to, I might be stationary on a desktop, but I don't want a whole desktop computer. Then that's where you look at the Pro. And if if you're not moving at all, that's when you look at, the iMac.
Right.
Or one of the others that are stationary.
Okay, so his response is the other part is that Apple is moving away from Intel at the beginning of next year. So I'm wondering if I should wait. Keisha says, don't give reason to go to desktop too. Okay.
Don't give them
don't give a reason. She's saying don't give a reason to go. Don't make an excuse because you'll go get it.
Okay.
Right. Yes, they are moving away from Intel and they're going to be doing their own chips, which is great. And everything that is out now, they are going to still, it'll still run on Big Sur. Big Sur is the new operating system that's coming up. Everything will still run it. They'll service it and up to a certain time period. But when they are definitely transferring to their own chip. Now, as a rule, TJ, I think this is correct. You don't want to be the first one on that chip.
Even if it's Apple, I still wouldn't want to be the first because you never want to be the beta in anything that you don't want because it's Mark. I would say if you really want to get it, you can get what they have now. The chip is important, but not that important. Like Fran said, the operating system is, and the Apple designs where they will cut off at a certain year of manufacture that they won't support any older devices. But you're getting anything now, last year or this year, or even maybe 3 years back, it'll be okay. It's just the new chip. They're gonna have to. I mean, it's Apple. I will put my bet on them, but not 100%. So I would not want to be the first one buying the first one off of the assembly block. You want to wait until version 2.0 or whatever.
When they have fixed all the little...
Don't be the guinea pig.
Don't go by that they're changing the chip to stop you from buying today. It's more like Fran said. They make sure it's the operating system that they make that has to work with this year's and last year's and it's a certain year that they cut it off of the device of the hardware, and every device has the year imprinted on it. Or you can go to About Mac and it'll tell you, and they always let you know we're coming out with a new iOS. Here's a tool to check and see if your device is compatible. So they
Right.
will cut it off because they can't support every device they ever made 10, going back 10 years or 20 years, because that's people that they have to pay to make it work and everything. So
Oh,
I
they need
wouldn't
to tell that to the state of California.
I wouldn't let the fact that the new chip is coming stop you from buying today.
I
Okay.
wouldn't either, because now, see, their customer service
Mhm.
is outstanding. They will work with you and keep
Yeah.
working with you to try
Yeah.
and solve your issue. They are
Yeah.
very
Customer oriented.
they're very
Yeah.
attentive. They really want to make sure that you have a great experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Tim says I use Air for travel when I just want to take a backpack.
Right.
Keisha
Yeah.
says I have Air Mac.
Mhm.
Mac
Um,
Air.
Gillette saying I use the Mac Pro when I'm traveling to speak and want to have
All that I
all
need.
need. And then someone read this one for me, please. Let's
I
see.
learned
Go ahead.
I learned how to upgrade my desktop Mac. Did it all by myself. Added a new hard drive and RAM. Just watched a video and did it myself for under $200.
Love
Yeah, you
it.
can
Thank you, ladies. You're welcome.
Mark, you'll be safe if you get the refurb from Apple. If you buy from Apple and go within your budget, and you don't have to get today's
Okay.
version. You can get last year's. You'll be fine. Don't let the chip thing stop you, because that's important, but that's not the most important thing. The operating system working and having the hard drive space and having it do what you need to do. Like I said, if you just you're typing documents, or you're doing browsing or email, you can get the Air if you want to do. And Tim's comments are right on. He's like, I use the Air to travel because it's light. It does light things that I needed to do. Is perfectly fine. It works. But then if he wants to do more things, like if I want to edit a movie or something like that, I could do that with the Pro. It's a heavier workhorse than the Air, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, because it's like the Air is a sports car, then you got the truck.
Oh, I like that.
Pro.
Now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, good. Welcome to the Apple ecosystem family, Mark. You're gonna love it.
And I like the Pro. I have my iPad Pro. I'm like, oh, this is I don't carry my Air with me anymore.
And when I moved to, because right now I'm on my Windows, I have a backup Windows laptop that I'm using, and when I moved to this from my desktop iPad, it's like, oh my God, it just makes me mad. It makes me mad to use the window. I'm sorry, window people, but I'm somebody that worked, and my job was to support the Windows platform. I knew all of that stuff is out my head now because I don't have to support Windows.
I hear you.
It's gone. Like Fran said, it's gone. It's just.
I got tired of hitting Control, Alt, Delete, do this, and then the pop-ups. I was like, you know what? I just want to work on my computer. I don't want to fix it before I can write an article. I just want to do
see,
work.
if you have an iPad or iPhone or the watch, they all work pretty seamlessly together. You could start something on your phone, and when you get home, you go to your your desktop or your Air and it's all there, and copy and paste. It's all kind of good stuff in there.
And I like the fact that the apps, everything, the iPad Pro runs on apps.
Yeah.
The new operating system for Big Sur is going to be running on apps.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so everything is running on apps, kind of like the Chromebook. Now I'm going to talk about this because for people who are budget conscious, I would tell you to get a Chromebook.
Yeah.
If you just cannot fathom getting the price tag of an Air or whatever, but you still want something that works, the Chromebook works.
And you're doing lightweight stuff like mail, and lightweight. You're not editing videos. You're going to spreadsheets through Google Sheets, and Google has their own version of slides, which is like PowerPoint. So they have their own suite of software that lets you do things similar to Microsoft, but you won't be able to edit videos and stuff like that on it now. But most people don't do that. That's why I said, what do? Do you surf You go on the browser, do you check email, do you type documents in Word, then you can use the Chromebook.
My first choice would always be Apple, but if you just got to get something else, get a Chromebook.
Look at how you work and your budget, and then make those two meet, and you'll find the right device or the right,
Okay, ladies, the Chromebook is put out by so many people. You got the Chromebook by Acer, and then the Chromebook by Samsung, and then what do you recommend?
It doesn't matter because the Chromebook, the operating, it's all app based. It doesn't matter which one it is. If you wanted to do touch screen, or if you want a bigger screen, or you want bigger keys or whatever, that's just the housing. The Chromebook is all based on apps run by Google.
Because I saw an article and it was saying that these Chromebooks are running. You remember when we started $2-something? Now they're $500 to $600, and I'm wondering, is that because they added some bells and whistles that it went up so much?
That's the
popularity.
Like an HP might add some stuff to theirs. Dell will be adding stuff to theirs. Some people have a bigger. Here's the other thing: the disk space, the hard drive space.
Okay.
32 gigs is not a lot. I'm just telling you. 16 gigs is not a lot. So the size of
the memory,
not the memory, the size of the hard drive.
It has smaller hard drive space because it's not designed for you to store things. It's a cloud. It's designed for you to use the cloud.
So it's cloud based.
Google apps and things are cloud based.
Right.
Cloud. That means wherever you go, all you have to do is log in with your Gmail or your Google account on anything, and you got access to your documents, your slides, your sheets, your whatever you're working with in the Google suite of apps. Cloud-based.
Okay, so it's based on. I see I get it.
So when you're working with Google apps, everything's stored in Google Drive. Everything's saved there. That's cloud-based.
Okay.
It's not hard drive-based.
I don't know what you're referring to, Lakeisha. Lakeisha says no schools for. Are you saying? Yeah, I don't know. Give us more info so we know where we're going with that. So yes, okay. So that helps give me some clarification, because I was like, I didn't know they had all these different brands of Chromebook, and how do I decide, and why is the price so different?
It's not really, it's that, you go with who you like. If you like Dell, go with Dell. I mean, the brand.
Yes.
You go with that because it's cloud-based. That's the whole idea.
We had a client, and she's familiar with HP. She needed to do StreamYard, and but it needed to be easy for her. And I was like, I'm not walking somebody through Windows PC. I'm just not going to do that, because Windows PC and she's trying to do stuff and try to go online. I was like, okay, you need something that's going to work. Then pop-ups and ads and Avast and everybody telling you need, what is it? Virus protection and blah, blah, blah. I was like, it was just too much. Just like stuff jumping up at you when you
let's not even get into virus protection software. Let's not even go down that road.
Yes. So we had her get she said, I'm gonna get a new computer, blah blah blah. So she went and got a Chromebook, and now she's happy. She can go online and all she want to do is go on StreamYard. And it doesn't require her to have a whole bunch of stuff.
Okay.
Now, Lakeisha's point is, she says, yes, schools had to buy lots more Chromebooks for all the students, and it's government funded. So what do you do to the price of the Chromebooks? You take them up. And then Lakeisha said this: they're not free. Somebody paid. You better know it. You better know. And I'm not mad about it. I'm just saying. How rude is that? And they ought to get them for price fixing for that. That's gouging.
Listen, we not gonna talk about the government today because we gonna go down a whole rabbit hole with this is how purchasing within the government has always been for years. Or you heard of the $1,000 toilets? Remember years ago that people were outraged that the government was buying $1,000 toilet seats, and so it's I don't even want to
monitor that, people. Yeah, but it does create a shortage. I can understand that because now you're trying to do thousands in a short period of time because school is starting, and so what does that do to the average consumer? I keep telling y'all, if y'all want something for Christmas, you better get it now, because between what your friends are doing to the post office as far as delivery,
like I said. Not even gonna talk about that.
What they're doing to UPS, they're messing with UPS. So you might want to. There's a lot of factors that might influence when you get your stuff. So
be prepared. Be prepared now.
Is if the factory shuts down. You understand what I'm saying? Because hey, think about it. That's what happened to your chicken. Okay, it can happen to toys too. Okay,
it can happen to anything. All right, Mark's got a comment.
Okay.
Mark, yeah.
Okay.
Send your comments and complaints about the government to the White House, but if you plan to send them by U.S. mail, don't expect them to get there. So what we're telling you is just be proactive and be forward thinking, forward looking, and see what's going on. And you don't have to be all astounded and, oh my God, the world's okay, the sky is falling. Okay, you might want to step left and let it not fall on you. So do what you need to do to make the shift, to make the adjustment to stay where you need to stay.
Yeah. So we're 8 months. We're 8 months into 2020. Has it been stable? Day one, January 1st, 2020, things just rocketed off, just went crazy. Remember that the old declaration of war with Iran? Remember that in January? Ever since January 1st, it's just been constant change. Almost within not even days, within like hours, things have just been changing. So be prepared now. Whatever you need, like Terralina says, you want to get ready for Christmas now. The stuff you want, you need.
Take the stress out of it. You know what I mean?
Because it's not. We're not stable.
Mm-hmm. No. Yeah. Be very prepared now.
Mm-hmm. She says, yeah. She says, step left.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now we're dealing.
She said, "Yeah, 2020 is doing what 2020 is doing." And
right. And we were supposed to. Okay, so you're sharpening your focus. You better figure out how you're what you're looking at right now, because don't get played. Don't get.
See, this is the thing. One thing that we don't like is constant change, and we're having constant change.
Upheaval. It's not comfortable.
You got to stay grounded and do what you need to do. Like we're saying, be prepared, common sense and stuff. And that's all we got to hold on to, right? And hold on to spirituality. I'm not going to say whatever you believe in. Hold on to whatever it is. Hold on to whatever it is you believe in, because you're going to need it.
Right. Mark said, take the stress out of it. Buy your Christmas gifts for me now.
And then we'll put his direct message stuff in the chat so you can.
Yeah.
And we talked about this. We talked about this on a different show, but have you noticed all of the gurus and the courses and everybody doing stuff? All of that stuff has faded. All of the fluffy stuff has blown away.
6 figures in 5 minutes.
Tim says the world may end before Christmas, so order your gifts and celebrate early. Better yet, enjoy every day you've got. 2020 tells me enjoy every moment you get.
I'm
feeling you, Tim. I'm feeling you.
That's the absolute truth right there. Right there.
Okay, well, we're gonna put a period right there. And
TJ, do you have anything in social?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I have a couple of things. So we'll start with the light stuff. So, you know, what happened with social media this week? Well, not as much as last week with all of the TikTok stuff, but we're gonna get to that. Twitter has rolled out a new feature, but they were testing it in May. They rolled it out and then they took it back and then they put it back. So the feature, yeah, they tested it in May. They rolled it out last week. They said, it was a mistake, and they pulled it back, but then they re-released it again. So what it is that it allows you to limit who can reply to your tweets. Because see, okay, this is the way Twitter works now. If you have a Twitter account and you want to tweet something, remember 280 characters in each tweet. So you tweet something out now, everybody can see it. It's not like you can stop people from seeing it. It's public. It's like a billboard. All right. So some people don't like that because of the harassment and the hate speech and people are getting attacked. So now Twitter is saying you could put out a tweet and you could block people from, you could say only people that follow me can reply.
So what is it?
Everybody. What happened?
So is it now Facebook? I mean, you know, you can control who talks to you.
Okay, yes. I'm glad you brought that because see, when you have a Facebook account, the only people that can respond to your post, depending on how you set it up, because there's a public and a friends and a private list and this and that. So only your friends see your stuff on Facebook unless you do a public for everybody post. But most of the default is to your friends. So this is what Twitter is doing. Twitter is saying instead of you tweeting a tweet and like certain people do, and then everybody can see it, even if they don't follow you.
Yes.
All I have to do is
being universal. Now,
if anybody that has a Twitter account can see it, and even if they don't have a Twitter account, because tweets are in Google search results. So when you tweet something, everybody in the world can reply if they have a Twitter account. So now Twitter is saying we're going to let you limit who can respond. And I've seen it on my Twitter when I've gone to try to respond. It says this person has limited who can respond to their tweets. Now, when you tweet, you can limit who can reply to either the people you follow or the people you mention. And that's a tag when you do @ in the name to the tweet. People who can't reply can still view, share, and like the tweets you limit replies on. So they can still see it. They just can't reply to it. And this is to let people cut down on getting a response of hate speech, harassment to you. They can see it, but they can't. It's like they're mute.
Okay. So Keisha says, who's in charge of Twitter? Geez. And if I restrict those Russian bot responses, what will I do for fun? I have restricted my comments on Facebook to drive Tank friends crazy. I make the post public, but the comments are limited to friends. Take that, crazy relative.
Well, see, that's an example of Facebook that a lot of people don't know that you can restrict who sees your Facebook post and who can comment. You have a lot of control. It's just that a lot of people don't go in to look at the privacy settings and stuff and everything. So Mark is correct. He can say whatever you want to say and shut down the comments. So people get mad and read it, but they can't respond. It's like beating on the glass. You're inside the glass house and somebody's mad out there beating it. You're like, I can't hear you. I can see you. I can't hear you. So that's that's what they're doing. So now the response is people who test the feature are seeing positive results. They say they feel more protected from spam and abuse and are more comfortable sharing their thoughts freely as a result. So that's what Twitter is trying to do to make people who tweet things that they may get a lot of hate from outside. They're saying, okay, you can put up a wall and they won't be able to harass you.
And it makes, and I would tell you this, take the time to go and fix up your stuff, whatever platform it is, and don't be lazy. Like not going in, like some people just get on Facebook and just start doing stuff, but not knowing how it works or not knowing how to set things in place. and then get mad when people start harassing you.
Right.
Just fix it so that people can't harass you.
Okay. So moving on from Twitter, that's what they're doing. So the big story, Instagram Reels. We talked about it last week. Has anybody used it?
I have not tried it, but
I was
terrible.
confused when I tried it last week, and I was like, I'm not doing it.
Okay. So we'll talk a little bit about the results and the consensus. So everybody's reporting that Instagram Reels is a dud. It's not a TikTok killer. It's not even in the room with TikTok. And I said that last week that this is not going to affect it because it doesn't do what TikTok does. TikTok is that app that it's more than an app. It's entertainment. It knows what you like. It serves you what you like. That's the algorithm. So when I've said before in here, when you go to TikTok, you don't want to see dancing teenagers, then there's a button to say I don't want to see this, or you just swipe past it. Because if you look at it, if you look at the TikToks, TikTok sees that as a signal that you like what you're seeing. Also, there's the heart button. When you see stuff that you do like, make sure to hit the heart. You don't have to comment, but hit that heart because that's a signal to TikTok to serve you more of it. So see, when I go on my TikTok, I see people that are on canoes and they show the mountain range, or they're in Bali, or what, scenes of nature and stuff like that, because that's what I heart. Also, people that bake and make those, cakes that look like stuff, and they cut the cake, they cut the thing, and it's cake, but it looks like something. So I heart those. There's a couple other things that I heart. So when I go into TikTok the next time and I open it, it immediately opens up and shows me what I like. Because I told TikTok what I like. Reels doesn't do that. Reels is inside of stories. There's a tab that you have to find on your profile. People don't know where to find it. Also, people who use TikToks and they're just they're doing TikTok and they're uploading their TikTok to Instagram Reels. So when you go to Instagram Reels, and you see TikTok has their branding on everything. So you see the reel, but it says TikTok on it. So that's what a lot of people are doing. It's complicated to use. It's complicated to find. People don't like it. I was using it and I was doing stuff and then all of a sudden it stopped and it says, do you want to save this as a draft? I said, okay, I saved it as a draft. Now, where do I find the drafts? You have to go to the TikTok. You got to go to the Reels tab on your profile and you got to tap that and then you see your drafts. It's just convoluted. Nobody likes it. So they're saying Reels is a dud. It doesn't do what TikTok does. And I was like, of course, it's not going to do that. So
and it's not intuitive.
It's not intuitive. It's not easy to use. All of those things are a no-go because you have to make it easy for people to use.
It's clunky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's clunky. It doesn't have the same filters. TikTok has like 30, 50 filters and different things that you do to edit your video.
Well, here's the test. If a 5-year-old can't set it up and use it, it's not TikTok. Because my 5-year-old set up the TikTok on my phone.
See?
While we were standing there. And the 13-year-olds, the 11-year-old didn't know nothing.
The young crowd.
And he put it on the child version. I'm like,
and see, this is how Snapchat came to prominence because of the same thing. Like Carolina said, it was easy. Teenagers swipe up, left. They know how to do that. But there's older people. I had to follow this guy, one of the millennial guys with a YouTube.
Break the internet. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes, break the internet. That was him. I was like, okay, let me follow this guy because he's telling me how to use it. Otherwise, we're going to leave it alone. So Reels is hard to find. It's hidden within the app. It doesn't do. And also, here's another thing. If you have a business page, a business account, like I have an Instagram business account, I don't have music. And that's the whole thing behind the TikTok is the music, right? So you do the Reels, but you can't add the music. If you're a business account, you have to be a personal account or a creator account to have music options. Mm-hmm. So I was like, you know what? All of that is dead. I tried it once. I did some stuff and I was like, I could just go to TikTok and do what I want and then upload it to Instagram story. I don't
Mhm.
need the reels. So that's
Okay.
it with the reels. I mean,
Bless them and may they be a blessing to their family.
so and
Okay,
here's
so
another thing, real quick. I kind of knew this wasn't going to work because Facebook didn't buy this. They bought, they looked at copied Snapchat stories. They didn't copy TikTok. They had some internal group do this, create their own thing. So that's why it doesn't work. They tried to Frankenstein it and it doesn't work.
if they would have bought it, they could have just used what was already there. And
Yeah.
yeah, they didn't. Okay, I guess they didn't want to spend the money, or TikTok didn't want to sell.
Maybe they want for sale. Yeah, that's
Who
it.
knows? Who
They don't
knows?
want to compete with Microsoft.
They could get their hands on it. Now, speaking of Microsoft, Microsoft is in talks to buy TikTok. But here, Twitter put their hat in the ring, talking about they want to buy TikTok. That's a
Really?
laugh. Twitter doesn't have enough cash to buy it. They don't have enough money to buy it. Now, here's something I read interesting that somebody said online. Microsoft could buy TikTok and Twitter, and they would have a foot in the social media game because they don't have one right now.
But
You think
see,
Microsoft-
but see, okay, so Microsoft, but they too busy working with Surface Duo. So,
Yeah.
let me come back. I digress. Twitter had Vine. They had everything.
Yes,
They
was a
started
bonehead
the whole thing.
Why don't they just do Vine again? Why don't they just bring it back?
They
Vine.
don't have the money. They don't have the money. They don't have the money.
But Byte is still there.
Right. Byte is started by somebody who left Vine.
Okay.
Somebody that worked with Twitter and Vine. They left and made Byte.
Right.
So here's the deal with Twitter. Twitter has a bigger issue what they're trying to work on, which is the hate speech, which we just talked about, the bullying, the hate speech. That's their problem. They haven't fixed it. That's their core issue. They also don't have enough money, enough cash to buy anything or do anything. They're holding on.
Yes, because was the story last year or a year before that they just earned profitability last year before they were not profitable.
And why they're not is because no one really runs Twitter ads. That's how all of these apps are making money is selling ad space for you to buy it. And TikTok is moving into that area of business owners buying ads and stuff. So Twitter doesn't have enough money to do anything. It's just talk.
Alfredo says, remember Microsoft owns LinkedIn, right? And Mark says Microsoft is better served to get current product line working properly and stay in their own lane. Yeah.
I agree, Mark. So that's what's going on. But Microsoft wants to be in the smartphone game. That's why they got this Duo thing. Microsoft wants to be in the social media game. They don't have a social media presence at all, but they want to be in it. But like Mark says, get your hardware stuff together first.
Okay, but see, here's the deal. Microsoft was always software.
Yeah.
So, and why are they trying to
do what you do best? Yeah, I agree. I don't understand it. And Claudia says, amen, Mark. Claudia, I didn't know you were in the room. How you doing, beautiful?
Get your core platform, your core manifesto, whatever you believe in, get that right, and then you go and buy this and that. That's why Twitter, I'm like, you're not buying anything because you're not profitable. You don't have any cash. You don't have any money. They would have to take on invest. It's a whole I'm like, Twitter, why are you even throwing your hat in the ring? It was a laugh. You got other fish to fry that you gotta fix first. So Twitter ain't buying TikTok. Not any way, no, because TikTok is so valuable. It's the valuation was like, I forgot what the number was. It was so high. So the only people that can buy it is Microsoft or Apple or Google. Well, I don't think Google wants to buy it. And Microsoft wants to have a social media presence. They do. I don't know why. It's like Mark said, fix your core issue first. But they always wanted to be in the smartphone game. And now they want to be social media. So they're talking. Remember, 45 said you got, was it September 15th?
September.
Hammer out a deal or he's going to ban it.
Whatever.
So Microsoft, Mark says, hey, Microsoft, I want to be a supermodel. We can't be all things. Sometimes we just don't have what it takes. Okay, get over it, Microsoft.
Because Microsoft back in the day, when they first came out with the MP3 players, when an Apple came out with the iPod,
Yes,
they
yes.
tried to come out with Zoom or
Zoom.
whatever the heck that thing was.
Zoom.
And I was
It was
like,
Zoom.
you can tell when people are trying too hard.
Because that, yes,
I like it. Trying.
yes. They're trying, they're trying too hard because they want to be, like Mark says, I want to be a model. No, I want to be a doctor. No, I want to be a nurse. No, I want to be an actor. No, I want to be a this. No, they don't know what they want to be. So you got to figure out your core thing first. That's why I love talking about Snapchat, because they know what they are.
And they are not, the Snapchat is not trying to be Facebook. They're not trying to be TikTok. They're not trying to be, they are sticking with their DNA.
Yes. And now what Snapchat has done this week, they've added new lenses to try to catch some of that TikTok excitement.
Right.
Yeah, the vibe of creating videos. So Snapchat is doing their little thing slowly and slow, because they got a core group of users that love this app no matter what. Like
my 13-year-old loves it.
Yes. So you don't hear a lot of talk about Snapchat. They're in the back quietly doing their thing with their group of homies, their group of people that love them. So that's how I was saying, like, the older crowd, if you don't know how to use Snapchat, it's not for you. Sorry. It's for this gang of group, and they're growing up, they're aging up with Snapchat. They're not leaving Snapchat behind. They're aging up with it. If they were 13, then they're 20, and they're still on Snapchat because it has tools that let you talk to your friends in such a cool. It feels great to use it, like you're in a group of people, and it's just you.
And then the other generations, the boomer generations, they're not like that. They're not trying to talk to people. They're trying to go home, like, leave me alone. And they're not hanging out doing all of that other stuff.
Right. So Snapchat is adding on layers of this and this and this and this. They're making a little money. They're profitable with their ads. They have some brands on there in the Discover area. Like I said, the core group of users, they're aging up, and they're not deleting the app. They're staying with it. So all of those things, all Snapchat has to do is just keep adding little stuff. Like now they have the little lenses that feels TikTok-y. They feel like TikTok. So that makes your core group of users happy, because they don't want to go to TikTok, or they may be on it, but they like Snapchat. So Snapchat says, oh, you like this? I'm going to give you a little lens. Oh, you like that? I'm going to give you a little this. So they keep adding on brick by brick, and they're holding on to their core group of users. That's the deal with Snapchat. You don't hear much talk about them. They're not buying TikTok and all that. They're staying in there. Lakeisha said, it's important to know your lane. Snapchat is staying in their lane of being small but nimble and moving quick and fast instead of being Facebook. Facebook is Frankensteining Reels into the core app and confusing the Instagram. Like, I've seen so many people where I follow groups and everything online, and Facebook and Twitter, they don't get Reels at all. It's like it's a bummer. It doesn't work the way it works with the TikTok works. Like I said, if you have a business account, you don't have music at all. You can't add music to your TikTok. So I was like, what I want to use it for? I don't have the filters are okay. Some of the filters, but that's just filters. I could make a story and use the filters. I don't have to use Reels and use the filters. And it's confusing. So all of those things. What is Tachi saying? Master of none.
Jack of all trades, master of none.
What? You're a master of none. So Reels, people are saying it's a dud. It's not worth it. It's confusing. They don't like it. It doesn't do anything. So take a look at Reels, guys, and see what you think, and let me know.
Let us know.
Well, Lakeisha says this.
It's important to know your lane. Yes. Snapchat knows their lane. TikTok knows their lane. Now, TikTok's problem is they might not be around because of the guy in the White House, but that's just the only thing that's wrong with them. That and the possible backdoor Chinese thing. But other than that, they're good. They got the attention of every kid and millennial and Gen Z. They even got the Gen X, and some boomers are on it. So We'll
There
see.
you go.
Like I said, watch the space with TikTok. Watch the space; it's going to change.
Sounds like a plan.
See, and that's what I have for this week.
Well, thank you. I hope you all got something out of this discourse today. Whether it was, being careful with your bad. Go ahead, TJ.
I know Taji's not here because she usually does the media. But did you guys hear the story about AMC want to open up and the movies are going to be 15 cents?
No.
Wait, let me pull the story. I didn't pull it up because I knew she was going to talk about it. Yeah, AMC theaters. When they open up, the movies will be 15 cents.
How are they going to do that? We can't even go in the theater. Did they open the theater?
When
How
they
much
open?
is the popcorn?
Hold on.
Oh, the movie is 15 cents, but the food is probably going to be $50.
They didn't say anything about the popcorn. So here's the story. AMC is reopening its theaters next week with 15-cent tickets. They will open more than 100 U.S. theaters on August 20th. And they're going to commemorating its centennial. AMC is offering movies in 2020 at 1920 prices on opening day. That's 15 cents a ticket. Are you gonna go? Huh? I don't see anything about social distancing. I mean, like I said, I just heard the headline.
I have a question, and I like to simplify stuff. Okay, you got a building, right? All of these theaters are in buildings. They have a back wall. Why don't they just have movie night out? Have people bring their own chairs.
Popcorn would be $50.
Run the film on the side of the building and make their money off of popcorn and candy. I don't. Why?
Because they're not forward-thinking people.
No, they're not.
Because 50 cents is better than zero. You know what I mean?
So here's some more. They said after opening day, tickets will still be available for cheaper than usual. Tickets for films like Inception, Black Panther, Back to the Future, and The Empire Strikes Back will cost $5. AMC is bringing back old films since the North American box office has been essentially at a standstill because there's no movies have been put out.
No, so they're bringing back old films because they ain't got nothing in the inventory that they will let them have. They're going straight to video.
Yes, so you can go see Inception for $5. But do you want to go to the movies and sit and even if it's 15 cents or $5? No.
No, because if somebody starts popping, there's gonna be a panic.
It's not gonna be good.
Somebody choking on a hot dog and start a panic, girl.
So compare and contrast that with Disney and their Mulan film. They want to release the live action version of Mulan on Disney Plus, and they want you to pay $30 for the new movie. Mulan.
What was that about? I saw that. I'm like, are you kidding me?
And you only get to watch it for, I think, 24 hours or 36 hours or something like that. You don't
but not at $30. I'm not.
Just look at the comments. There's a bunch of comments.
He said, Mark said, I can get my COVID for free. I'm American. I'll keep my 15 cents. Right now, how much is popcorn?
$3,262.
I'm like, and that popcorn is just as stale as it wants. My son used to work at a movie theater. He said, don't buy the popcorn. Don't buy the popcorn.
They increased.
Claudia said I stopped going to the movies when they ceased being $2.50.
Yep, it just makes no sense.
Here's the deal, AMC. I don't think anybody. Well, there will be people will go. The ones that don't want to wear a mask and say that this is fake and blah 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 and this is that. Those people will go to the movies. We, with common sense, will stay home.
We won't be there.
Also, I'm not giving Disney $30 to watch Mulan.
I have a question, Terry. What happened to the drive-in theater at the Walmarts? Did they kick that off?
I'm not sure. I know Taji was talking about it. I'll
Because
have to look it up
that's
and
some
see.
competition for the 15-cent guys. Hey, and if you
But
need to make some money, what you
Mhm.
need to do, people, is go inside Walmart, buy up all the candy, and go and have a no-touch delivery service on the app out there at the
But see,
drive-in theater.
here's the deal with the Walmart outdoor theater. What happens when winter comes? You can't show any more. I'm not gonna sit outside and watch a. Those are summertime things. And we're almost
Not
into September.
necessarily.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, they have, there's a website, the walmartdrivein.com. There is,
And they had heaters. I remember I lived in Pennsylvania. We had heaters and you put it inside the car.
yeah.
I'm on the East Coast. I'm not going outside to sit
Well,
outside and watch a movie.
Well, see,
with-
that's because you're in New York City. But in Pennsylvania, we pulled the car up, put the heater in there,
But
and
still,
kept it warm.
Pennsylvania is going to be wintertime. They get snow and stuff too.
And
So-
we put the heater in the car.
But that's not something so I got to leave my comfortable, warm, cozy house with streaming. Like,
Well,
Lakeisha,
that's only if you want to go. That's only.
yes, that's going to be a small subset of people.
Thank you, Fran.
There are people who like to go to drive-in movies, and you're invited to an amazing drive-in family movie tour. Find a little
Family.
sign up
Okay,
for
so-
free tickets today.
So it's November 20th, and it's cold. I'm gonna stay inside my warm house, and I'm gonna watch Disney, and I'm gonna watch
Some people don't watch the movie anyway.
Netflix. We're not talking about that. But see,
I'm just saying.
But they are thinking outside the box. Bring your whole family if you want to get out and go to a drive-in.
And it's probably going to work in Florida and California.
It will work.
No, it's not. They don't have one in California. I'm looking here on the thing.
No, it
But they
will work
in Florida and Texas.
People want to leave the house. I get it. I'm just saying when it gets to be close to the end of the year, when it's wintertime, it'll be less. There'll be people, but it'll be less because like Lakeisha said, she said they're gonna be streaming. They're still gonna be streaming. So
she says, I'll be streaming. We'll be streaming. Why is Disney so high? I have no idea. With that $30 and $30.
No, that's for the movie. That's for the one movie on top of being a subscriber.
Exactly. That's like they didn't charge for Hamilton anyway. That's okay. I don't want to get into it.
They're starting to get into where they want more money on top of the subscription.
All of that. What do you call it?
Upcharge.
Yeah.
With that,
you got to be a real Mulan fan because you got to.
Like it wasn't that deep in the first place. You
got to pay for the subscription.
They're trying to make it like the movies. You pay for your subscription, but if you want to see the new movie released with your family, it's cheaper than the movies.
But look at this on the other side. Remember a few months ago, Amazon Prime, they released their new movies and you paid $20 to see the movie. And you had it for like 3 days or something, and then it went away.
Okay. So if it goes away, I can see where people would go.
You don't get to keep it. You're renting. It's a rental fee because you're not Mulan. Mulan, the $30 is a viewing fee. You don't get to keep the movie because it's a first run, which was supposed to be in the theater.
Oh, girl, please. Let's just wait for it to come up on YouTube or somewhere. Let's see. Project your movie on the garage wall. I'm feeling you, Mark. If you run the car, please remember to open the garage. If you're looking for that drive-in vibe, I guess. And then Keisha says it's about experience. Yeah,
I agree. If weather's nice, it's a lovely experience. And I'm just saying that as we get closer and closer to the end of the year, there'll be some people going, but there'll be less.
Claudia says I can say I do like driving. So many memories sitting on top of my grandmother's van with all my cousins.
Yeah,
and
it's a fun experience.
It is an experience, and it was normally summertime experience for the drive-ins, but you could still do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so there you are, guys. Stuff are changing. And I'm not paying $30. I'll wait for it to come up on YouTube, or I guess I'm going to have to call some people and get my little bootleg on. I don't know.
They can't even do that. You notice you are free from the people. Hey, I got a CD for you. Hey, I got a DVD.
Yeah.
There are people coming up to you right now.
Oh, well, maybe it'll be in Redbox or something. I don't know. Are they still having Redbox? Is that still going on? I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Does anybody have players?
I don't even have a DVD player.
I don't know.
But I do know there are websites you can watch things together. Like the person, like if the person has the Disney, they screen share it within. What's the app called? I think I used it for something. What's it called?
Well,
Cast. It's called Cast something.
Can't you just start a watch party? You cast it onto your TV.
Yes.
And start a watch party.
Right, but it's not Facebook. It's an app called Cast or something. There was two that I found. It's like the app Rabbit. If anybody remembers that Rabbit, you would get a group of people together and you send them the link, and then you would start the show using the screen share, just like kind of like StreamYard when you.
Yes.
But it's everybody that's in there in the group.
So we can just do a screen share on Zoom.
You could.
And I show my screen, my TV.
You could.
I'm casting it to the TV, right?
So Mark says they're doing something like that on Amazon, some kind of group viewing experience. So
I just think the way we consume TV, radio, and all the rest of it has completely changed.
Oh, the way we were. Misty watercolored memories.
Forget that. We're not doing it anymore.
The
I mean, my gosh. Okay.
In-person experiences like this, AMC theaters, I'm sorry. In-person experiences are on the next to zero.
Okay, we split up our Disney with Friends.
Mm-hmm. Good idea.
Oh, thank you, Claudia. Redbox is still in business. Okay. We're doing something like that on Amazon Prime now, some kind of group viewing experience.
And that makes sense. That makes sense because you could get your family. One person is in New York, one person is California, one in Chicago, whatever. Yeah. And you pay, everybody splits the $30 and watch Mulan.
and we can talk over there on the app. We can
it's family movie night from all around the world.
And because you don't have to be in the living room together. Mm-hmm. You'll be on Zoom or whatever, whatever the site is. Like Mark says, the Amazon Prime has that. So you could send a link to your family and friends. Hey, movie night, Saturday night, we're going to watch Mulan. And only you guys. It's a private group.
Private viewing. We're having a private viewing. Dress up, get your wine, and let's handle it.
And then everybody can't fit on the couch, but they can fit. They can fit online.
Okay, so
Mark said now I have to chew with my mouth open, talk during the movie, and rattle the packaging just to have my own in-home irritating theater experience.
Oh my God. Plex does it all.
Yes, Plex. Mm-hmm. There's several to choose from.
Oh my gosh.
So let us know what you all are using so that we can talk about that, because that might be a thing. You can still connect with your family all over the world and
enjoy entertainment.
Listen, you could use Facebook Messenger rooms because they have sharing in there.
They do. I'm just saying there's so many ways. And so this is something I want to say. This is why live theater needs to jump in a room and charge. Just jump in a room. You don't have to be in the theater.
They need to do
and we can see that the theater AMC could send out a link, and if you pay for the link, you and your family or whatever, they can all do that, but they're not thinking.
Guess what? Yeah, what did we just say? Forward-thinking people. You have to have forward-thinking young people in your organization to say, hey, this thing is happening. You might want to look at it. And the older fat cat guys, the CEOs, we don't need that. We got people coming. Why would people stop coming to the movies?
They're saying it's coming back. It'll be back.
Right. Yeah.
It's not coming back. We're not. You can be back, but we're not coming back. 15 cents, 50 cents. We don't care.
A penny. It should be a penny.
Ask Blockbuster.
Okay. We are not trying to do this with you. Okay.
Just ask Blockbuster. They thought it was coming back too.
You know what I mean?
Oh, and speaking
guys,
of Blockbuster, they did some Airbnb thing where you could go to the last Blockbuster and live and stay in it as an Airbnb. I read that.
Shut up.
Yeah.
And what? Show all the movies? What's
It's the last one. It's the wherever it is. I think it's Alaska. So wherever it is.
Okay.
Yeah. Hold on.
Wow.
You could Airbnb it inside of the Blockbuster. I read that this week. Let me see. You see, I thought Taji was going to talk about, so I didn't really pull them up.
Well, Mark says here, I'm waiting for the Biz Chicks StreamYard Spectacular. Forget the choreography. The costumes alone will keep them going. Okay. All right, we got to get a costume designer.
Okay. Here it is. You can now rent the world's last Blockbuster for a 90s themed slumber party. This Airbnb listing is available for a movie marathon sleepover.
Girl, they trying. They trying.
So listen,
with COVID.
It's listed on Airbnb as a studio with 1 bed and a half bath. This is in Oregon. Bend, Oregon is offering 3 one-night stays to the residents. I guess you have to be living in that county for $4.
They're the only ones that still got players. That's why. Ain't nobody else got a DVD player. Isn't that what it's called? Ain't nobody else got a player. Okay.
So the dates are September 18, 19, and 20, and includes unlimited video games, movies, Be Kind, Rewind, and snacks, including popcorn and nostalgia favorites like Raisinets and stuff like that.
You mean I got to rewind? Y'all ain't got time to rewind 7 movies.
See, but that was the problem.
They're gonna clean between, because you don't get to stay the whole time. I think it's like you get a block of time and then you have to leave, and then they're saying they're gonna clean the place between.
Shut up.
Okay, so you're not doing all of that. And then you got to go all the way to Oregon to do it too. No, I'm kidding.
It said groups of up to 4 people can book a stay to isolate together.
Girl, please, that's a reality show.
I think this is local though. I think it's local.
Yeah, it's probably local because I'm not traveling to Oregon to just for that experience.
So if you want to have a Blockbuster experience and watch a movie and have the whole video player, and
somebody Google whether Oregon is even requiring masks now.
They're requiring masks.
Okay. All right.
So if you go there, and this is local to the area in Oregon, so no, we can't fly.
If you go nice, do me a favor, don't breathe on any of the movies you're not going to be showing. Okay.
Well, this is Mark is.
Yeah, Mark got the jokes.
I'm offering use of my VHS player and a copy of The Breakfast Club for only $19.95 for one night. No contact delivery after credit card.
Put it in the alley.
I'll put it in the alley. Oh my God.
That's funny.
Hey guys, we gotta go.
Yeah, we gotta go.
All right. Thank you all for tuning in live replay. Everywhere we are, BizChicksTV.live. We will be back here on Monday. You can see TJ on Tuesday.
Don't forget, friend, to tell them about the playground for Zoom.
Okay, I don't even know the date for the playground for Zoom, so we'll wrap that around Monday. Yeah, because
Monday, announce it on Monday or next Friday, whatever.
Yeah, I don't even know the date.
Have a great weekend, Mark.
Yeah, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in live on the replay. Everywhere we are, wherever you are, follow one another. Enjoy the summer. Enjoy the rest of this crazy year. And
don't forget,
Gillette said, enjoy it.
Yes.
Right now. Don't be waiting until later. Do it now.
And say, I wish I had done this and this when I had time.
Right.
Don't forget to go to the front of your own line, and we'll see you Monday. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, TJ.